Hello, ladies, and welcome to our coaching sneak peek. I'm so excited to have you guys here. I love hosting these because it's such a cool opportunity to come in, see what we do as coaches, see if it's a good fit for you, and it's just a really good learning experience for you. I remember when I first started coaching, I was so excited about it and so intrigued and wanting to learn more that I literally binge watched all these videos in my coach's sneak peek, and I was just fascinated by it all. So it's such a cool moment to be hosting my own sneak peek now and having new women come in and get to know what coaching's all about and this lifestyle and this community and this job opportunity. So I'm going to first and foremost just tell you a little bit about me, tell you how I got started in coaching, tell you, we're going to go into a little bit more of what coaching is and what it all entails today. And right now, though, we're going to just talk about me, my story, and then some reasons why I think you should be a coach or why I think coaching is a good fit. And I am just going to, first and foremost, apologize if I seem out of breath. I am 35 weeks pregnant right now with our daughter, so she's taking up a lot of room. So anyway, my name is Maggie. I am the founder of Team Rise to Conquer. I might be somebody that you've been chatting with or one of my coaches you might have been chatting with, but we're all here for the sole purpose of just getting to know a little bit more about coaching, hearing some of the girls' stories, how they got started, what they love about it, and how it's changed their lives. So to back up, who I am, my name is Maggie, like I said. I am a wife to my husband Tyler. We've been married almost 6 years. He is a pharmacy manager at Walgreens, local here in Wisconsin. And so he works a lot of hours. He manages the whole entire pharmacy and works probably 40 to 50 hours a week. And I stay home with our son Brooks, who is almost 2.5. So he's just a total spitfire, just lots of energy, all boy, rough and tumble, jumping off sofas, that whole thing. That is him. And then, like I said, I'm pregnant with our daughter, who is going to be born in December. So her due date is right around the 1st of September, or December, right around the 1st of December. So that's just a little bit about me. I used to teach first grade at a local elementary school, got my bachelor's degree in special education and general education, and then once we found out we were pregnant with Brooks, we made the decision that I would stay home, and that has been the game plan for a really long time. I had a mom who stayed home, and that was just always what I had dreamed of. So how I got started in coaching was kind of that. So I put in my notice for teaching that school year. He was born in June, and so I notified everyone that I wasn't going to be coming back the following school year, and that I had decided to stay home with our son. And I really had no idea what to expect. I mean, when you first are becoming a mom, you have all these wonderful thoughts of how you're just gonna, this was my thought. I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm just gonna, since he's 5 weeks old, 6 weeks old, I'm just gonna drop him off at the gym daycare, and I'm gonna go get my workout in, and I'm gonna come home, and I'm gonna make pancakes, and I had this picture perfect motherhood stay-at-home story where I was going to become this really fabulous cook and have the house cleaned all the time, and it was going to be so nice staying home and not having to work and all this stuff. And I had this total fairy tale fantasy. And when he was born, it all came crashing down because one, motherhood just hits you like a ton of bricks, and two, he was severely colic. So he came out into the world kicking and screaming and crying, and he pretty much stayed that way around the clock until he was about 8 months old. So he screamed day in and day out, and didn't sleep, isn't much of a sleeper, and was waking up every 45 minutes up until that 8-9 month mark as well. So I definitely had my crap handed to me. I went from this total fantasy land to, oh my gosh, what is this that I signed up for? And it was a really humbling moment and experience for me. My husband and I got stronger because of it and all that stuff, and he's totally grown out of it. He's a wonderful, wonderful toddler now. But it was definitely one of the hardest moments and seasons of our life and our marriage, just dealing with that. And I was really lonely, and I was really like, is this what motherhood is like? I was torn, and I have felt in the past so guilty for saying that, but those feelings were so true and so real for me. It just felt like I was constantly waiting for Tyler to get home from work or to pass the baby off to him, and I just felt so unfulfilled. I really did. I am not much for cleaning the house and having, I don't really enjoy cooking. I'd rather, get takeout, or, I just didn't really enjoy those things. And so I didn't feel purpose or fulfilled by doing those stay-at-home mom tasks. And, watching him was great. And I just felt at a place where I was like, I don't want to go and work. I can't see myself going back to teaching and sending him to daycare. Like, I can't do that. I love our time together. I love staying home with him. And then I was also like, but I can't just sit here and feeling like I'm doing nothing. I don't have any purpose. And I felt really almost resentful and jealous of Tyler that he, had his own store and he had friends there he was making and, was just moving up in the ranks. And I was like, I was so happy for him, but I was so inside just really not fulfilled and not content. And it took me a while to verbalize all this. I had a lot of anger and just resentment on top of depletion and, exhaustion and all that stuff. But I just remember sitting in my son's nursery and, he was on me 24/7. I was carrying him. He was laying on my chest. He slept with us all the time. High needs baby. I just remember sitting in the dark room with the room darkening curtains, trying to get him to nap, and I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I found my coach, who just was so positive and full of life and full of energy, and she was working out and feeling good, and she had a young boy too that was probably 6 months older than Brooks, and she would baby wear him while she was working out, and she was just rocking it. And I was like, holy crap, I had no idea that this type of opportunity existed. I had no idea that you could make a financial income out of coaching. I had no idea that you could have a platform on social media where you could share your heart and your life and your story with others, and it was actually like a career while you stayed home. So I started honestly stalking her and these other coaches, and I was like, this is a really good gig. I started researching it, I started watching YouTube videos, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this is the best of both worlds. You can stay home with your baby, right? And while they're napping or whatever, get work in. And then you can also have this career where you're helping other people and feeling passionate and fulfilled and, have your own little identity. So it was around Christmas time, and I was telling Tyler about it, and I was like, I think I could really do this. I think I could rock this, And he, of course, at first was like, it seems like, a pyramid schemes. It seems like network marketing. You don't know anything about that? And I was like, no, I don't know anything about that. I have this degree in teaching, nothing to do with marketing at all. I'm a first grade teacher, no idea. But I really felt in my heart, I was so drawn to this opportunity and so drawn to the energy level of these girls and the community aspect of it. I mean, they would be going on all these trips together and these retreats together, and I'm sitting here as a 25-year-old new mom just with this colic baby who screamed all day and all night. I didn't have a lot of girlfriends that were starting to have kids yet. I didn't have any social interaction out and about because I couldn't take Brooks anywhere because he would be screaming all the time. And I was just, I was craving it all. I was craving friendship, community, movement for myself. You know, I had been I had a fit pregnancy with him. And then during those 6 months, I was so bombarded with life that I did stuff here and there, but not consistent. My anxiety was skyrocketed. You know, it wasn't in a good place. So, reached out to my coach and I said, hey, my son is like crazy colic. You know, I can't do this right now. I needed to tackle his sleeping first, and I needed to start sleeping myself more than 45 minutes at a time. And then I said, as soon as that happens, which is what my task and my goal for that month of December was, I said, I am all in and I am jumping on. So I gave her a heads up, Facebook messaged her, told her that, and then in the meantime, Tyler and I researched Beachbody, the company structure, the compensation plan. We totally dived in and did all this research and tried to figure out, is this legitimate? You know, are people successful with this? All this stuff. We broke it all down. And he was so supportive, you know, after that, and seeing just, as I got started, seeing me light up again and getting so teary-eyed when I'm like helping other women and other girls and just feeling that passion ignite in me again. He was just, look at, I'm like almost gonna start crying. Hormones. He was so proud of me and so excited and so supportive, which was really cool. So that is kind of how I got started, and I just I started off being like, okay, I'm gonna do this as a hobby, you know, I'm not gonna go, what I say, balls to the walls in coaching and make this huge 6-figure business. You know, I just want a little bit of me time. And then I got started and I started seeing how many people I was helping by just sharing my story, and how many other moms were struggling and feeling like they didn't have any, you know, girlfriends or community or support, or how many moms had high needs babies. I thought I was the only one with this crazy baby that needed me all the time. I was like, oh my gosh, how did I get stuck with this kid that just, you know, I sound negative when I talk about it, but it was so hard on us and our marriage and our life, and, you know, I was so taken aback by the whole entire experience, and I love him, and don't get me wrong, there were so many beautiful moments and stuff, but I really, when it came down to it, I needed something more, and I needed something for me. And coaching has been that answer for me. And now he is a 2.5-year-old, almost thriving toddler, easy toddler, listens well, potty trained like a dream. You know, and I'm in such a different place right now, but I don't honestly know that I could have gotten to this place without coaching. And that sounds drastic and whatnot, but it's so true, because coaching has it's changed so many areas in my life. I mean, from my own self-image, my self-talk that I have for myself. You know, part of coaching is training your mind and reading personal development books, which we'll get into, and just really fueling your mind to think positively about yourself and other people, and it's all of that, and I really needed that. I really needed that when I was in that very low part of my life, and just in general too. I struggled with that, thinking positively and not nitpicking my body and being happy with where I was at. I needed that. I needed the workouts to help with my stress level, you know, and my anxiety. I needed that stress reliever of just burning off that stress. I needed the girlfriends in the community and the people that got it, you know, got staying home and got having a kid and got being 25 and married young. And I needed that whole community to tell me that I wasn't alone, and to tell me that my feelings were valid, and to have lifelong friendships with. I just had no idea that I even needed that. And then just the sole purpose of being able to help and pour my heart and my soul into all these women that feel like they don't know where to get started in their health and fitness journey, or don't feel like they have the time or the resources to be consistent with it, or maybe they've just tried so many things and they're just so sick of trying diets and different platforms, and they need someone to support them. They need someone to love on them. They need someone to be like, hey, I'm not perfect either. I missed my workout, but let's do this together. Let's hop on a call and do our workout together, or let's check in together. They need that accountability and that support, and that is what we provide as coaches. So that is a little bit about where I got started, and now, almost 2 years later, I'm in such a different place. I have girls on my team who are helping other people and doing exactly what I do and are very successful. And I've just grown and grown and grown into this coaching role where I now have this very successful business, and it's been really remarkable. And that is completely aside from the financial support it has given my family and the things we've been able to pay off, and just, living off of one income is hard these days. Life is very expensive, and so just having this extra income it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing for many things, like Brooks's back-to-back 7 ear infections, or his ear tube surgery, or paying off my husband's car, just different things that never would have been a possibility for us had it not been for me stepping into this coaching role and taking it seriously as a business and running with it. So that is a little bit about me and my coaching journey and how I got started, and just some of the tidbits that coaching provides for me. And this is my story, right? So you'll see so many other coaches that will come on here and share their story too, and everyone's is so different. Not everybody is a mom. Not everybody is stays home if they're a mom. People work full time, and coaching brings different things for different people. Some people really want that travel piece of coaching. They're like, I want to get out with other people and I want to travel the US, and coaching gives them that opportunity. Some people really need that financial aspect where they need that income and they need to match their previous job's income to stay home with their babies. Some people need the community. We have women that have husbands that are deployed that need that community and that income. So coaching has provided that for them. And just the consistency too of having, of inspiring others and showing them what's possible. And no, that does not mean you have to have a perfect health and fitness journey. That is not what it's about, and no one is perfect. And that is the best part about coaching, is I'm not sitting here saying I don't have ice cream and that I am 100% on my nutrition. I'm not. That I don't ever miss a workout. None of that is true. It is simply sharing your journey, being raw and vulnerable and real with the world on your social media platform, and having other people be able to relate to you, and then grabbing them alongside of you and saying, let's do this together. Let's join in on our accountability group together, and let's learn from each other and support each other. So that is, that is one of the really cool things too. And everybody's story is so different, and I'm excited for you guys to hear the different girls on our team story, how they got started, what some of their hesitations were when they got started, and how they have overcame that. So that is where I'm going to stop there. And the next video that you will see throughout the day is just going to be the different resources that we provide if you join our team, and the different trainings, the different mentorships, and all of that stuff. Because I know when I first started, I was like, I told you, I have a degree in education. I know nothing about social media. I had about 150 followers on Instagram. I didn't post hardly at all. I was a first grade teacher. I had nothing to do with sales, and I was like, I am not going to be a sales girl. I said, my heart, I no thank you. I didn't want to be that icky sales girl, and I didn't know that I could be trained and have access to as many resources as we do as coaches. And so that was one of my fears. So I just want to show you guys in the next video how many resources we have, what your trainings would look like, so that that can ease your fear if that is one of your fears, that you wouldn't know what you were doing, because that was definitely mine. So I'll show you what a challenge group is. You hear me saying that. Accountability group, challenge group, same thing. What that looks like. I'll show you our back office for coaches. I'll show you the different resources and Google Drives we have put together of just different scripts and posting schedules and graphics. There's so much content and resources out there that you really don't need to be worried about feeling lost or feeling like you need to recreate content and do a lot of it on your own. There really is so much support here. So that is going to be the next video. So hope you guys join in with us as the day progresses, as we move forward. You're going to hear from all the other coaches on the team. You're going to hear from me a couple more times on just objections and hesitations and common fears people have, the pricing and what it costs to get started with your own business and to maintain your business, and then how to get signed up if that is what you choose. And then there'll also be an area where I will go over all the questions that you guys have and that you guys have posted, and I will answer all those. So hope you tune in and enjoy your morning.